difficulty with the product that we're offering is you have to you have to excite somebody that has no idea what you're selling, and you can't tell them anything about it. And you have to guarantee that there's some kind of fun there, that it's gonna be good, but they have no idea. They don't even have a framework to be like, oh yeah, it's like that other thing that I did that I really enjoyed. You're like, this, you don't even know what you're gonna do, but you like it, so spend money on it.
Well, I've looked at other people doing escape rooms before, but having never gone in one before, I'm not entirely sure what to expect.
Funny thing is, I'd never done an escape room before I decided to do an escape room business. My partners, Jeremy and Charlie, had been running through a bunch recently.
My husband and I were in North Carolina, and while we were there, he said, there's this thing called an escape room, which I'd never heard of, and I was like, oh, that sounds terrifying. I don't want to be locked in a room.
It sounds scary. Why do I want to be put into a room that's locked and then have to escape? And there's some horror movies that are kind of about this, and some escape rooms use that as a theme. We just wanted to be approachable, all of our rooms be accessible to all.
I'd seen a couple on TV and had been reading about them on the internet, and I just thought, that sounds really cool.
It kind of started like sitting around drinking beers, playing board games. We were like, we could make an escape room, and then maybe one of them texted the next day and was like, do you really want to make an escape room? And then it kind of became a real thing. So we just assumed it'd be a bunch of nerds, because we're nerds, and so that we're going to want to come to here. But we were surprised how many families, especially because we opened at the holidays, and so a lot of families came in together, and it would be really cool because we would have grandparents, parents, and kids, and the kids would see things that the parents wouldn't notice, and the parents sometimes will like discount their kids. They just assume they don't know what they're talking about, and a little kid's like tugging on his dad's sleeve. He's like, no, Dad, I promise, this is a thing, and the kid would be right, and we're watching, we're like, listen to the kid, or the grandma would sit in the corner in a chair and like not really walk around and look at anything, but she was always a really good listener. And so she would listen to everybody talk, and then she would be like, hey, shut up everybody, here's the answer.
An escape room is an experience with you and your friends, family, or coworkers.
I'm about to lock you into a room for an hour,
where you are putting puzzles together, solving clues, doing a little bit of scavenging, using your brain to kind of figure out how everything in the room sort of goes together.
so we're going to have a lot of fun.
A good amount of fun, but there are some shorter, some longer experiences.
I've played a lot of those old like point-and-click adventure video games, so I'm expecting. So I think my biggest strength is I can kind of think outside of the box, because in those old games, just the craziest stuff solves the puzzles.
All right, we ready? All right, here we go.
Warning. Missile launch sequence activated. If you feel this sequence was initiated in error, please use emergency reset switch toggle.
In terms of how we divided up our responsibilities, we decided that we would kind of let our strengths go through, kind of find the thing that is a nuisance for you to be involved in terms of that it's a genuine nuisance for you, but also that you could really get in the way of it getting done efficiently. After we had run a room for a couple months, I thought, man, I'm so smart, I'll just design a room by myself and that'll be easy, which was a miscalculation on the ease of doing that and how smart I am. We are inside the depths of a Acme brand version of a missile silo. And the idea is that you as a group, for some reason, this is your first day on the job and you have no idea what you're doing, which hopefully that's not how a missile silo is run. And within the first few seconds of you being here, you have to disarm a missile launch sequence, which sounds simple enough.
Thank you for initiating the nuclear launch sequence.
First day on the job and I already messed up.
If you feel this sequence was initiated in error, please use emergency reset switch toggle. Right here. Warning.
These are a bunch of letters.
Letters?
Yeah.
So these are letters. They're on paper, and they're laminated so that they'll last forever. Oh!
So I'm gonna get them somewhere real quick.
Maybe this goes in here.
Oh, hey!
Recruits, have you found a key?
No, we haven't found no key.
There's a key?
There's a key over here.
Oh.
I had that in my
Maybe-
stinking hand, and I was like, I was doing this.
Did you see that there was a key with it?
I did not see that.
Hold on.
I don't think. I think that would be way too. Really? Apparently that didn't work.
Well, that's a problem.
So my favorite, this moment is when they get into this. It's the first success they've had. They may have even taken a while to find a key that's just hanging in the room. They ignore the clearly written text here, because then that'll come up at some point.
Okay.
So this room actually has quite a number of like 1 or 2 word labels. And so they when you come across something that has any amount of text on it, it's very easy to just be like, okay, we got a lot to read here. Some people will pass it off immediately because there's words on a page. And it's the stress of being in an environment where something is anticipating your speed of doing it, and people will recognize that this is going to take an amount of effort.
Maintenance repairs request form. Emergency reset switch toggle does not perform as expected. Priority immediate. If the system you just checked before you check the system.
And you will check after you checked the system you checked before you check this one was malfunctioning more than the system you will check after you check the system you checked before you check this one.
You will check after you check the system you checked before you check the. Okay, so this is just a bunch of gibberish.
Which just basically means if it's broken, move on. And if it's more broken than the thing that you're about to do, move on. And then the actual important thing is enlarged.
If so, please engage the system diagnostics to determine which system needs to be redirected.
Actually, I think I typed it into Google, ridiculous sentence.
There's a piece of. Use caution when using maintenance tools.
Oh, well, that's really helpful.
So there's a constant thing that says use caution, and it's in several areas of this room. And people will be like, well, yeah, we need to be careful. And it's literally that you need to use that for something. So yeah, when you use phrases or symbols that exist outside of the realm already, they're more ubiquitous in society. Like they're just gonna fade away in terms of puzzle solution.
Okay.
Oh, so 7 goes on the bottom, and the top number
Top
is
is
5.
The middle number is 2.
Middle number is 2. Does that work?
It's 527, right?
Yeah.
That's not working.
Lock. Try that lock.
Top 5.
527.
Middle 2. 527.
No, it's not coming undone.
Recruits, it sounds like 527 is correct. I think you now have the right tools for the job.
Okay. Oh, he said tools.
It's right here.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. Yay!
Aha!
We have a bunch of wires. Maybe.
Well, we got power redirect over here, so that probably goes with that.
I tend to feel that if there's a frustration point on something that I'm trying to get across, that it's on me and not the person that's doing it. So the initial testing and running of this room, those moments of frustration were realizations that I could do better. I could do better as far as conveying this. To me, the room should run itself. So if I consistently have to intervene, then I have done poorly at communicating the steps within the system itself. Within this environment, you shouldn't need me other than to just say, look at the clue again.
You might try starting with the silver lock and using that tool that you found earlier.
Tool that we found earlier.
The one that we
This one?
tore apart?
Mushroom tool. Satellite orbit tool.
Oh.
I think the thing I've really realized is that a symbol is much easier to connect than language. That's less fun than being like, whoa, there's this weird squiggle over here too, and there's a weird squiggle there. So maybe those weird squiggles go together. It's like the language creation within the room is probably more interesting and entertaining than going into a room that already has pre-printed language into it.
Maybe this has to do with the squigglies.
Gosh.
They line up anywhere.
My favorite part from the realization standpoint, when people feel cool, is when they are working with the map that they've been working with for 20 minutes or so, and there's this frustration point where they have no idea what they're doing with it and why they're revisiting it, but the signals are pointing them back to this thing that they've already dealt with.
Southern viewing station.
And where is
So maybe here's the south. So
And they're using the same tool that they've already used, and then all of a sudden numbers appear.
Like maybe
8028.
Where'd you get that from?
And it's that realization of, oh, it was right in front of us this whole time. That's just really, really satisfying.
Before you call me brilliant.
Wait, how did you get that? How did you get that?
Starting
8
at 0.
0
Oh
2
my-
8.
Okay.
The squiggly lines, it actually makes the numbers.
Okay, I flipped the switch, those lights came on.
Okay.
Still not
Oh,
working.
I did the wrong one.
Oh,
What was red again?
red. Okay, so that's 6. Plus 3 is 9. So it's 9.
Yay.
Yay!
Ah!
We can take it off. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There are several trolls within this room. One of them is accessing this. Oh man, let's see if I can remember the number here real quick to show you. So, the idea is, oh sweet, I opened it already. The idea is you feel very satisfied for finally completing this puzzle of the colored numbers and figuring out where they all are in the room and which ones you had access to and didn't have access to. And then you open this lovely thing up and it is just a sea of codes and letters.
This is gonna suck.
Maybe.
It's 7,500, roughly.
That crank at the beginning of the puzzle, you messed with it. You saw 0, 2, and then 10.
Yes.
Can you fill in the blanks?
0, 2, blank, blank. Wait, what if it's going in multiples of 2? Hold on. So we got 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, Cory. Okay.
4 6 8.
Okay.
4 6 8.
There it goes.
Aha!
Ah, paper.
I flipped the switch.
Oh, switches.
Ah, okay.
Switches.
Hey Bob, I finally got around to installing the system power redirect panel. You will have to turn on the system diagnostics to see if anything is malfunctioning. If the system light is on, it should be working just fine. If the light is off, you will need to redirect it using the wiring I provided you. Oh, okay, yeah, it makes the numbers. Got it.
That is neat.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, you gotta look for the patterns and stuff.
There's a lot of trial and error. You build something, you learn how to build something, then you build it, and then you realize it's not going to work, so you go back to the drawing table. That can be frustrating, especially when you're up against a deadline. But when it works, it's really satisfying.
HMN is Is that on? That's Alpha.
That's the
Alpha.
LSA.
Oh,
That's the LSA.
Okay, so H equals N. Okay. M equals O. Okay, and then N equals T. Yeah. So
See, I told him.
Oh,
See.
I knew. Okay, and then this one's gonna be the one further down, probably the next one down. Not,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
and then this is gonna be T.
it's falling a little bit.
That thing got too much oil in it.
All right.
Let's keep on.
So N equals what again?
T,
T.
G,
Oh, I'm trying to get the letter out.
N equals T, G equals H.
I ain't got no
That's
more
gonna be
T's.
the, not the. Okay, what's
trying to
D?
find a
It
T.
doesn't matter. D's are
I don't know damn T's.
R U R E
LMNOPQRS.
red, not the red,
Not the red letter.
not the red letter.
And so the red letter is V, so it's not V?
Yeah.
Not the red letter.
G.
No. Not the red letter.
Do we have any more locks that require
If it's not the red letter, what letters are left?
the letters that are left are
Blue.
C-U-R.
C-U-R?
Yeah, C-U-R.
Where do you need 3 letters?
Where do we need 3 letters? Oh, the book.
Ah.
C-U-R.
$18.90.
1890?
We've already opened that one.
Yeah, it's this one, honey.
Is it?
Yeah, we already opened the blue one.
Oh, we did? Oh,
Yeah.
duh, sorry. Yes!
Oh, yes.
I can't believe I went to that. This was
Like, dude, we already opened that.
pressure of the moment, okay?
Good job, guys.
Oh, God.
Hey!
Yay!
Congratulations! Y'all have fun?
Only needed 50 million hits.
Look at that, just a few seconds left. Like,
Oh, my God.
How many?
I didn't think we was
7
going to make
seconds.
it.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I'm
my
glad we
gosh.
didn't look at the clocks. We might have got nervous.
Wow. Well, I thought it was really interesting. It was a little challenging. It was a little more challenging than I thought. Just because like the way certain things like connected to each other and like where the clues were leading to wasn't completely like it wasn't super obvious to me at a few points. But I thought it was really fun and it was really interesting.
It was definitely really exciting. I had no idea how close we were in terms of time up to having those, nukes launch. But, once we got it, it was really exciting and exhilarating.
I don't know. I don't think anybody knows what the longevity of the business. If you would have asked a roller rink operator in the 80s or an arcade owner in the 90s the same question, I'm sure they would have said, oh yeah, this will go on forever. Obviously, any kind of form of entertainment aside from movies, it's hard to say it'll be here for a long time. I think we're in a state of kind of waiting right now with the escape room business. There are multiple kind of what they call generations of escape rooms. We're probably the generation 1 into 2 type of escape room. Well, there's others that, they say are generation 4. You don't mess with a physical lock. All of your stuff are behind the scenes. You manipulate something and something else in that room moves. I'd love to spend $100,000 on a designing room, but our market doesn't hoist that up. We're just gonna have to see.
Something you would have to consider is that they actually have been around for a while, like maybe a decade or so. And it started really in Asia, went to Europe, just came to America in the last few years. It's kind of been here. It's been in Arkansas for a couple years, but of course in bigger cities it's been for several years. So it already has kind of proven, I would say, its ability to, last. Because I think if you're able to last more than a handful of years, you are able to prove that there's something there, that's going to bring people back more than once.
There's people that dedicate their vacations just to going to escape rooms. So I think it's interesting to see how it's sort of pervaded our culture and it's there. And it'll be interesting to see if that goes further or if that kind of peters out a little bit. I think it could involve integrating a lot more technology, electronics, virtual reality, anything like that, because we've got the human component. We've got humans and we've got tactile things with our hands, and I don't want that to go away. But I think that we can add more to the experience. Making things bigger isn't always better, but I think doing, a lot of people do multiple room escape rooms. What about an entire house, What about a village? What if there's an escape room experience that you go to for the weekend?
So yeah, like film would be an example in terms of its use evolving over time. Do you want to record something that's just funny and interesting to look at? Somebody falling and getting back up, getting hit in a funny way, and then eventually, do you want to use that to educate? Do you want to use that to cause social change? Do you want I'm saying that escape rooms are going to go towards social change, but the idea is that you have a medium that captures attention, and when you can capture attention, what do you do with it? What do you do with it ultimately? You can entertain, and that's fantastic, but can other industries draw from that captured attention? Could it be used for educational purposes, for instance? Could it be used as a fun way to do employee training? Just a variety of things that it becomes an interactive experience, which changes the importance to a person as they're experiencing it. That's where I see the evolution of escape rooms is some sort of understanding of that methodology to then be used in a way that makes a lot of the stuff that we do that's terribly boring more interesting, more effective, and just more fun.